Guys, really stop fucking complaining about AC Mirage. Listen, I am a big fan of AC games, okay? I played the first one and every single one of them after it. If not finished, I at least played a good amount to know about the games. Listen, people are complaining so much about this game, saying how this is not Assassin's Creed, complaining about them wanting to get back to their roots, but them not really doing it, I mean Ubisoft. Also complaining about the fact that the parkour is way too slow. To be honest, I felt like the parkour looked smooth and way more grounded than all the other AC games, and I felt like it was good. But there is also other reason why the fans don't agree that this is going back to the roots. Yes, I agree. I also don't like the fact that they're introducing magic or abilities or whatever they call it, so that he can basically teleport from location to location like a flippin' superhero. So hear me out. You know what going back to the roots means for me? For me, it means going back to the time where enemies died with one knife in the head. When enemies did not survive a shot in their head just because, well, he is a higher level than you. That is going back to the roots. Going back to the action-adventure games the older games were, and letting go of the RPG aspects of the new ones. I told in my last video where I talked about Assassin's Creed Mirage that I don't feel like Odyssey and Valhalla are really AC games, but just got those names because, well, they wouldn't have sold so many copies if it wasn't that way. Well, I told multiple times within that video that I don't like these games because of the RPG aspects. And also the whole microtransaction shit is like, ugh. But you need to give Caesar what belongs to Caesar. And the combat system, as well as the bosses, were way better than the old AC games, and so was the exploration. Listen, I dislike RPG games because of the multiple choice thing that doesn't really impact anything a lot of the times. Or the whole cliche shit that always comes into play, like the Chosen One and stuff. But we can't deny the beauty of these games, these RPG games. Listen, I hated, and I mean I still hate them, the faces of the characters in the trailer. Not because they are ugly, but they just look bad, like graphically. I hate the abilities, but for the rest I am excited for this game. I want to do stealth, I want to explore, have a short and sweet story that I can remember. I want a good combat system and I want a challenge. Listen, the fact that there are many gadgets you can use and weapons is great. The fact that you have proper stealth and parkour is great as well. So why complain about abilities? Now have you thought about the fact that maybe if you don't want to use those abilities, you can do so? Ubisoft showcased that thing because it's their work. But did the idea ever strike you that you don't really need it maybe? You want to have proper stealth without abilities? Well, good, just don't use them. You don't want to see through walls? Well, don't. You don't have to use those things. And also, in defense of Ubisoft, maybe the abilities add a little touch to the game that might make it more fun. Also, you all say you want something more real, but what about Assassin's Creed is realistic? Except the fact that the locations are real and the people within those times. Another thing that people complain about is the combat system. Now I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Listen, I recently finished AC1, AC2, Brotherhood, Revelation, AC3, AC4, and the combat system is a joke. Skill my ass. It's literally 2 buttons. Now, I know that the Brotherhood and a couple of other titles have some peculiar changes that make the game a little more challenging, and I am happy for it. But it's still a massive joke for the most parts. AC3 and AC4 are literally 2 buttons. I mean, come on, it's so easy. And also, don't think I'm hating on these old games. I see the impact they had. Most stories of these games were amazing. AC4 is still a great game, for the story at least. But you can't come to me and say that these are flawless games, or that they are hard games. I see the importance of the series, but most games are straight out boring. The AC game that was really challenging for me was Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and it is also one of my favorite Assassin's Creed games. But people just don't talk about it. Why? It is in my opinion the only game that pushes you to do stealth and be good with it. Because in all other games, well, in the worst case scenario, I just ramble my way through it. So if AC Mirage has similarities with Odyssey and Valhalla in the combat system, I am more than happy. Some dodging, some light and heavy attacks, a parry maybe. I will love that. And make it hard. Push the player to actually do stealth, because that should be the gig of the game. It's talking about fucking assassins, so it is meant to be stealth. So pushed more the stealth part in this game. Now, I know I said a lot, but my point basically is just relax. Just don't complain so much. It's not a big deal. The game looks great, or at least I think it does. And I think that it will be great for the most parts, at least. There is gonna be some things, of course, because Assassin's Creed is also always the same thing, more or less. And I think that there is gonna be some changes, but I still believe that the game could be a great one. So let's just not complain about it. Just let's take what we saw till now about the game like with a grain of salt. It is what it is, and if the game is really trash, I will talk about this game on my channel, of course, and I will make a review about it. So if the game is really trash, so I will say it's no brainer. So I will say it. So, but for now, just let's relax. Just let's not complain so much about this game, and just let Ubisoft have a breather, okay? So they have been releasing so many Assassin's Creed, so just let them have a breather. Come on.